Hello once again to Coaching with AT and welcome to the series 2 about what would be the work scenario in the post-COVID era. I'm sure you would have seen the first part wherein we talked about that in the post-COVID era, a huge impact is going to be made on the way we used to work. Our offices are going to be a place of monument or a place of symbol for the purpose of branding. Our office spaces are going to get impacted. The way we used to work, sit together, and conduct meetings is going to change. Work from home is going to be the new norm. Business travel is going to be out of question. And of course, there is going to be a lot of testing and a lot of immunity checks going to happen very often. What else is going to change when it comes to the norms that are likely to change in the coming days? Now, a bright side of the entire scenario is that the co-workers could become even more closer. Now, during the lockdown, all of the employees and teams are sitting at the remote locations, and they have learned the importance of human being. They have learned the importance of the relationship that they used to have with each other. But during the normal scenarios, they took everyone for granted. And this period has given a lot of introspection, a lot of thought process that what was the value of the employees or the teammates or the colleagues used to be when they used to be together. So when people are going to meet again in the post-COVID scenario, you will see that they will be more caring and more closer to each other than the previous norm. Number two, you will see that people will not prefer to send messages. They would rather prefer to walk to the person and speak to the person one-on-one and be more closer to them. And that will lead to more cordial work relationship. I think this is the positive side of it, that you start valuing the other person on the other hand. And this is going to be the new norm. And what you will see is that the handshakes are definitely going to be no. And this gesture, what we call it as namaste, is going to be the new norm because of social distancing going to play a very important role. When it comes to the fashion ready face mask could also become a wardrobe essential. I'm sure, as I had shown you, that this is what is going to be. So this is going to be more of your dress friendly. As you can see in the picture, this is going to be the new norm for all of us when we enter into the office by putting this mask. And other area is that since a lot of people are going to work from home, you will find that people will put a lot of sense in their dressing sense because they have to get into the video calls. So they will be a little more alert how they are looking, how they are expressing while they are on the video call. So this is going to be the another likelihood scenario to develop. The most important point in demand: in the earlier era, people used to be very particular about that how many hours that you clock in the office, and there used to be gadgets to measure the amount of time that you spend there. Now, standard 9 to 5 office working hours are going to be the thing of past. It's all going to be flexible work hours. Your employers are going to be flexible, and flexibility will be given with respect to what would be your start time and what would be your end time. It's nothing that you have to sit between 9 to 5. It is purely related to the expectation, the kind of task that you are supposed to do. And that is where a lot of involvement between you and your manager will take place. How you mutually align and arrive at a particular expectation of the work is going to decide your new work hours or the new work norms. So this is what is likely to happen in the coming scenario, that 9 to 5 is going to be out of question. What else? Another very interesting input that is going to take place is that home office stipends could become a common perk. Nobody would have thought about it that you should be now paid to maintain the office work scenario, work from home scenario, a small office space, a study space in your office. Now, the picture that you're seeing is from my desk during one of the webinars. Now, in most of our houses, we are not equipped to have a separate space for an office work. But now, as work from home is becoming the new norm, the companies will have to think about that if they want effectiveness and productivity from their employee, they need to add stipends in the salaries so that people are equipped to bring new gadgets, high speed internet, or any other accessory that will help them to adjunct their way of working from home. And on the other hand, when I spoke to a couple of companies and the CEOs, they said that in any case, when they are shutting down a lot of offices, they are going to give a one-time amount or some stipend added additional in the salaries so that people can equip these gadgets and set up the place in their house to work from home, because this is going to now stay longer for a longer period of time. The next scenario, I think there's a good news for all the women, particularly for those women who had taken a work break due to maternity or any other factor. Now they are going to have a huge demand and they are going to play a very active role, because they are now being able, they are the masters of managing work and home work together. So they are going to be back in action, and they are going to be high in demand, because now the requirement is not to come to the office, but how effective you are while you are at home. Next, now this is something going to be a big issue, because as you see that the lot of jobs are going out and there are less people required at the office, you will find that the middle management positions are going to be cut forever. Why? Because this is what is happening in the boardrooms, that people are talking about, wait a minute, we don't really need all these layers of middle management that we had in the past. It is going to be a big problem, because when you have less people, why would you need more managers to them? So this is going to be a tricky situation for organization while they are cutting down jobs in their system, that why do they need more managers? But then there is a good news that good managers will still be in demand. Now it depends upon your past karma or your essentials in terms of your working habits, how you have been able to build your prestige, status, or your effectiveness in the work, or your productivity that you brings, that you might be continued in the system. Next, automation could be accelerated. I have said this in my lot of previous videos and blogs that I've written, that anything which is repetitive is going to be automated, whether in the form of machine learning or artificial intelligence. Now, this is going to be the norm, where every tech company is going to work to create automation in any of the repetitive jobs. And you will see that as social distancing is becoming the norm, and we all know that how COVID spread, you will see the more active use of robots as well as drones in our work. And that is one of the reasons that this is going to create a huge impact on manufacturing and home delivery services, because we don't want somebody coming from Swiggy or that related services or Zomato to use its hands, because we don't know, it might get infected. So you will see that all these talks that were going on earlier are going to be a reality soon, that you will see these people. And the simple reason is that because robots and algorithms cannot get sick, so they are going to be more in demand. And the most important area is, which I want you to pay attention, is just think, and just think deeper, that how are you keeping relevant in the current job market? Are you the one who has good cognitive skills, where I said that where do you have a good thinking ability to bring different solutions to a given problem? Or are you the one who is repetitive? Are you the one who is not bringing innovation, creativity into the work, or leadership skills into the work? Because if you are not, then the time is ready to replace you, either through a machine or somebody who is more superior to you with respect to all these skills, whether it is leadership skills, cognitive skills. And that's where I give a lot of coaching to organizations and people to excel in this particular field. Because right now, if you are not, you are surely going to be replaced and going to be out of job. Though it may look scary, but that's the reality. And another point that I want to add, apart from the 12 point, is there is going to be an increased demand to close the digital divide. Now, as we see that the usage of internet has gone extremely high, because not only that, organizations are using it for webinars and various other programs, the schools are closed, the offices are closed, and the usage of internet has gone many-fold. But in India, currently, only 52% can access the internet. And due to which, you will see that the government is going to play a crucial role in increasing the bandwidth and reach of internet to masses so that a more work can be done remotely. So this is going to be a scenario in this COVID era that we are already experiencing, and it is going to add more further innovations and change of our existing way of doing things. Well, friends, these are some of the thoughts that came to my mind, and I thought of bringing it together through the various articles, speaking to various senior executives in various organizations. And this is where the idea that I want you to get sensitized about, that if you do not adapt to these changes, you are either going to be wiped out from the market or you will become jobless. And the another part of understanding this is that how you are making yourself ready for the next level, for the next change, because these disruptions are going to be now more often, because there are many more things which are evolving every day. They are taking a new turn and we don't know where it is going. So it's so important to remain in balance, remain in center. And as you see, these opportunities are getting created for architects, for textile industry by making masks or creating new flooring systems or sanitizers or use of various fixtures in the office. You will see that new industries will now boom up. Well, friends, hope you would have liked this entire series, that post-COVID, how the work scenario will look like. I look forward for your comments, your feedbacks, and please share it with more people so that they can also know that how things are going to change. And I will come back with some more interesting things to learn and to grow yourself in this post-COVID era. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe my channel, Coaching with AD. Thank you. Thanks.